Oh my God. Bitcoin is ripping back to $100,000. Holy shit. We are looking at the US Congress potentially legalizing the largest wealth transfer in financial history, but no one seems to notice. And Trump thinking about going on lockdown mode with Minnesota. There is so much to cover. Altcoins are starting to rip. Vaporware is ripping. And my man, Matthew Malik, up in the studio here. Matt, how the hell are you doing? You got a bluey shirt on today.
I do. I decided that it was, I'd gone too many days without a bluey shirt. So,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all, man.
Thank you.
Last night was kind of fun trading.
It was.
The short that we did at 97.5, I was on the phone with you.
You were getting worried. You were worried.
I was biting my nails, man. I was biting my nails. It worked out pretty good.
Yeah, mine worked out better, but yours worked out well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got out. I think I clipped it right around like 96.9 or 96.8.
You got to stop aping in so large, bro. You got to stop aping.
Well, yeah, I made a lot of money by aping in so large. And then, so I think you longed too. I had a couple different long entry points. I did pull this one off on Blowfin at around 95.8, and I did a 2-bit one. Right, this is the 2-bit one at 96.187, and then just farming points with BDEX. I woke up
into an ETH long that was like 70% up, so that was good.
There you go, man. It's a beautiful day. And really, it's nice to see the excitement on the charts. We are barely ticked into the greed zone again, hence Bitcoin greed explodes. But honestly, man, the velocity of the return on Bitcoin fear and greed is pretty beautiful, right? We have just jackknifed right back into the middle zone.
No.
Are they betting that you're going to yawn?
Oh my God. On the website, actually, I just realized.
Yeah. And make sure to follow me at Drew Crypto or at Drew Weidert, rather, on X. And then Matt.
Pound caffeine.
You got Matthew J. Malik on Twitter for your account as well. So make sure to follow us on Twitter. I think. This is some good data. So first, here's how it's going to go. I'm going to dive into general Bitcoin metrics, the general vibe of the charts. One of my, actually probably the best crypto trader on the planet is now looking at the same stuff that I'm looking at. The funny part is I was looking at this information on an indicator he developed, and then I got him on a Twitter space with Kelly, brought it up to him. Now he's starting to acknowledge this. We might be looking at $100,000 Bitcoin within the next few days here based off of this signal firing off, but we got to talk about some stuff.
Why not today?
Well, we got to look at what's going on. So OG Bitcoin activity is cooling, reduced selling, and the 90-day average drop from 2,300 Bitcoin to 1,000 Bitcoin. This is information from Crypto Quant. This is OG Bitcoiners, and their exits are slowing, which is a very, very good sign. Shorts got demolished. A trader on HTX got wiped out for $35 million in a short position that was liquidated in once. And look at these, dude. So here's a $4.5 million Solana short wiped out. ETH, 1 million. Bitcoin, 34 million. Just protect yourself. Okay. This is the lesson. If you are in there trading with me and Matt and DZ and everybody else in our Discord, use stop losses.
I like this.
Trump offering to trade Minnesota for Greenland.
I think it's a good trade.
I don't want to give up the Midwest. We're not giving up the Midwest. We're going to recapture the Midwest, Matt. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge.
Make the Midwest great again.
Make the Midwest great
again. I'm in Michigan, so I'm all for it.
I hate those hats that say "Make Iran Great Again." Like, I don't give a fuck how it goes in Iran.
Mian, not MAGA. MIGA.
Make Iran.
MIGA.
Yeah, MIGA. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't give a shit about Iran. I don't care if it's great again. They're a lost culture from their own choosings. It is what it is. Now, Bitcoin ETFs came in hot, $753 million in inflows, the largest day since October 7th. Very, very nice to see. DZ was talking about this a little bit on the morning show. Let's hop on over to Coin Market Cap, actually, and just check out the ETF flows here. So this is how you go to it.
Polymarket for the chances my dad asks me to open olives during the show.
I think it's very high. Very high likelihood. Look at that. Oh, snap. Okay. So we are We're starting to pump back. Did you really just have to do that? Is that real?
Yeah.
You're strong.
Oh man, couldn't do it.
This is awesome. But all the excitement about ETF flows, Matt, look at how small this is in comparison to July of 2025, right? I mean, that is a pretty substantial move that we had in July of 2025. Right now, we're just seeing the bubblings come back up of interest in ETF flows. Honestly, like, I'm not scared about this. I've been going against the grain. And here's the deal. I said this on my Twitter account last night. We are about to run these charts back up, and everybody with short-term mindset has quit. As the crypto market heats back up to new all-time highs, do not expect me to be gentle with the bears calling for $30,000. I will drag, just like they plan to drag me for being bullish in this current existence. I am going to have no fucking mercy on the bears that are talking people out of their bags at these levels. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There will be no quarters for the people that are sitting here waiting for the market to fall apart into abysmal. Now, this is amazing to see. Crypto Face, developer, the guy behind Market Cipher, my favorite indicator on all charts. Good morning, in 48 hours, he's talking about Bitcoin going to $100,000, ETH to $3,500. And I have an inside feeling, a gut feeling, it's probably related to the Bitcoin weekly double green dot now bouncing. We're seeing some juice, and I understand. I got to delete all my past trade levels I had. I had these on there last night, Matt. My kids caught me looking at my phone while we were eating food.
Oh,
and
I was
still talking to them, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I was asking them about their
heck
day.
yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. I was still like, yeah, all right, that's great, honey. And I'm sitting there looking. They caught me, so it is what it is. But the scary part in why we're not out of the woodwork yet is this is an ascending triangle formation being built out. According to 4-year cycle, we're not out of the woodwork yet. We pumped. I already covered this on yesterday's show, but this is the thing: is we have not had this clean of a return on weekly money flow,
Correct.
the momentum wave clipping back up ever. Like, this is a very, very deep, clean return
Just
on
as
weekly.
good today as it did yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it looks delicious to me, honestly. And we had all the macro selling events happen over the past 2 weeks, and it didn't do shit to the Bitcoin price. We had all the makings that could have gotten us down to that production cost, the gift from God, here at the $65,000 to $74,000 range. Didn't happen, right?
Right.
So it is what it is. Also, just a side note, I taught my my daughter how to use cold storage devices for her Bitcoin.
Amazing. How old is she?
So she's 9, and she's very, very smart.
Totally crazy, but I love it. I love it.
She's very smart. She's ready to.
The daughter I met. Yeah, she is very smart. She's like a daughter you would leave your younger.
Didn't you meet her?
Yeah. They were all in the office.
Yeah.
Your one son was terrorizing me, and the other one was trying to play this.
My wife thought I was a little crazy for teaching her about seed phrases.
I think so too, but it's okay.
Chat, all right, we need to get chat decides. Am I crazy for teaching my daughter cold storage and what seed phrases actually do, block times, all of those things? I'm teaching her those things right now. I don't think it's crazy. Let me know in the chat if you think I'm nuts, right? I think it's something reasonable to do. I consider myself a reasonable man. Now, I know I got a whole bag of Tether from all of those trades, new Tether, mind you, from those trades yesterday. Let's go look at the liquidation levels, Matt. Let's check it out here.
Yeah.
So we
smash
did
the
get
likes. Come on, guys, smash those likes.
Yeah, and on Arena, repost the stage, right? I might as well repost this on Discover as well. Shout out to everyone that's given us the support on the Arena. You guys are freaking awesome. Now, the liquidity 95.3 didn't completely get taken on that little morning snap crash.
I thought for sure that's where it was going, by the way.
Yeah, it got very, very close, right? It came within like $100 of snapping all that liquidity to the downside. Let's look at the larger time frames here. Me and Matt are trading degens. I'm in these charts. What did you call me last night? Did you call me a chart jockey?
Chart jockey. You're a chart jockey, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I need a chart jockey as a friend. So
yeah. So and also we got to get that what is that order book thing that we were talking
right
about?
here. No, it is called Bookmap.
Bookmap. Yeah, we're going to be integrating Bookmap into it.
Yeah,
and that'll be just for like scalps, our crazy chaos theory that we do. Bluey Crypto Wallet episode written and directed by Bluey Crypto Wallet. That actually might be, we'd probably get sued by Bluey thinking about it.
I mean, we could pitch it to them.
We could, dude. That's what we do. The Bluey Crypto Wallet. Let's pitch it to them.
The problem is the BBC pretty much controls it and owns it now.
Absolutely.
They're hard to deal with.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, and we're gonna have a guest on later on in the show.
No, we can do it. They're owned by an Australian company that they'll never sue us. They can't sue us. That's the beauty of them being from a foreign country.
Well, let's make it happen.
Yeah, we should do
Let's make it happen, dude. Come on. What are we doing with our lives?
I actually think that's a great idea. Is there a cup and handle on the 4-hour chart? Somebody asked.
Let's go look.
Question.
Let's go check it out. Let's go snoop through the charts here. Bitcoin for kids. That's right. And I think we're gonna have Crank on tomorrow. I'm gonna get Crank the message. If you can, come on tomorrow, Crank. I got a
Crank. Come on, dare call me by my wrong name. Dare, Crank.
Oh, cranking.
Dare.
I know. Matt's got his finger on the new deport button.
I will nuke and deport in ways no one's ever felt.
All right, so where is the 4-hour chart? Let's pull it up here. So looking at a 4. Oh yeah, chill. All right. You know what? I mean, to a degree, like, and this is why I wanted to short yesterday, is because I just had this trend line from kind of the guts of the bounce points, resistance marks.
What would make this a better cup and handle? What would it look like if it was a true cup and handle?
I mean, a better cup and handle would have been something like this swoop and then, more ranging right here.
Yep.
More edging. We bounced out of it
really fast. Right.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressively to be like a true and tried cup. But, it's really a tale of two cities. You have all the metrics and all the time frames of the 4-year cycles in control and yada, yada, yada. And we got to go back to previous all-time highs. I have a degree of chaos theory where BlackRock and all these major institutions, they're not going to give us nice things. They're not going to give us the cheapest Bitcoin that we can imagine. So that's where my mind's at with this. And I'm just going to be trading this ascending triangle until it breaks up or down, either way. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. But I think this is more so dominated by this weekly signal.
Concur, Josh.
So that's what I think is going on here. I think that the weekly momentum is dominating other aspects. The money flow, let's actually zoom in on the money flow here to see. I got to delete what was going on yesterday. Yeah, we're still doing that little hook.
It's still there. It's still there.
That little booger hook is still there. Man, that would be the ultimate psyop too, right? Money flow coming out. It looks like for sure it's got to roll over. Everyone leaves. And then it just posts. What is in that? What is that? Is that like a barbecue burger or something like that? Jesus, that looks delicious. The guy's profile picture that you just brought up. You're making me hungry.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
That looks like it's a I don't know.
That looks delicious.
I know it's got a lot of.
You better tell me, dollar bills, what that is. I need to know. All right, but I think that this Bitcoin price action and really crypto in aggregate, the psyop is that things are going to get cheaper for us. I think that's what I think is going on. So, looking at the liquidation levels, pretty split story as I'm looking at this thing so far. Yes, you have that big old snafu down here at like 86 for whatnot. But where we're at right now, the fact that we were able to pump so viciously, even when all of that crazy macro news was going on, really tells me that, things are just fine. What is this comment here? Hold on. I need to digest what is going on here. This is the Discover Crypto. Someone put in, I put my user ID into the access point, but I'm trying to get pregnant. What in the literal fuck is going on?
What does that mean?
I know. I need to. Instructions unclear. Now, I covered my general thoughts about this on the morning show. We need to talk about this in a little bit more of a concise manner. This is Brian Armstrong dissenting against the Senate banking draft text.
I
over the last
commented
48
last night.
hours.
I commented last night on my Twitter. It's the first and only time he and I will ever agree on something, I think, fully.
Oh, you and Brian agree on something?
Yeah, yes, he and I both agree on this completely.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a top signal or a bottom signal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So really, to just condense my thoughts on this, here's the deal. Okay. So the Clarity Act is a blatant scam by the bankers that have bought and paid for our politicians here in the United States to force us into the no yield zone and basically destroy any outlook that crypto has to offer of fixing this cataclysmic debt spiral that the fiat currency of the US dollar is experiencing. Fiat currencies across the planet, honestly, are dying on their thrones, but they are staying in control because of the infrastructure of how long these banks have been in place and how much money they have given under the table to the politicians that supposedly represent us, right? So these are 53 banking associations. They have all worked in tandem over hundreds and hundreds of years to make sure that they have absolute retained control of the financial sector as we know it. The banking infrastructure is underwater by $400 billion right now, mostly from commercial real estate, and there is no long-term fix in sight. What stable coins are trying to offer is free and open access to yield on our money, even if we want it to stay stagnant, to help us get a chance to keep up at least with the rate of inflation. But the scam is that they fucking want inflation to be there. Do you know why? Because they want you to feel the FOMO of getting out of the dollar, putting it into the market velocity, dollar velocity. If dollar velocity is taken away, and instead that velocity is shifted into crypto, they lose their power. This is why they do not want this to happen for crypto. This is why the awesome disruptive technology that's being developed right now is being pushed to the sidelines, is because they don't want to fix the system. The system is meant to be rigged. It's meant to make you feel like shit. It's meant to make you go into the market, spend your money because it's just going to inflate. So you better get it into the markets, right? That's what's going on right now. It's a regulatory capture on steroids. It's being looked at as the death of crypto freedom, but really the erosion of privacy and the erosion of competition into essentially, which is financial fascism. Financial fascism, rather. This is Wall Street and Washington working in tandem, bought and paid for. I think that this is going to spark the true revolution into crypto interest as we see they don't want us to have nice things. That is my personal take of this. You know, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Is this as big of a deal as I feel like it is? Because I feel like crypto and the operation rolling out the idea that we have free and open markets gives people power. They don't want to give us that power. That's my personal take. Maybe I'm crazy. Many people have told me that I am. So let's hop into this. So I want to cover this. Minnesota and the chaos going on with everything. Have you seen some of the shit going on in Minnesota?
How can you not?
Yeah. So rioters busted open a federal agent's vehicle. They stole a rifle and ammo in Minneapolis. This is absolutely crazy. Let's check out some of the video content on this.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It's not good.
Here's some bullets.
What is it?
I don't know.
Do these people not understand how arrested they're going to get?
Dude, they're taking the fucking patches too.
Bro,
Just cleaned it out.
bro, these guys
Looting like
don't
Somalians
understand.
would.
No one has ever taught them that when something like this happens,
Did he
the
get?
amount of energy, money, and effort that goes into catching them is ungodly.
Oh yeah, it's about
They
the
will
mess.
be hunted
It's about the mess.
forever.
Yeah. So this
That's
is
so
absolutely
stupid,
crazy.
too.
This is absolutely crazy. And now, so we have more news that's happened. ICE agents, then, you know, in the escalations, we're seeing flashbang grenades being used. All right. This is even more content. So ICE agents just launched flashbang grenades at protesters in front of the federal building in Minneapolis, causing massive explosions. Honestly, these aren't massive explosions. Shut up. Terrorizing. This isn't America. I served for 20 years. Blah, blah, blah.
I just want to point out this is a stupid comment because these are not Marines. These are federal agents in cars. They can't hold their rifle while they're driving. So I just won't put that out.
Well, and some of the agents are out there having to arrest with their hands. They're using their handguns in that process, and then they have backup that's got the rifle. But, this is a situation where you're seeing civil unrest start to rear its ugly head.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Now this is some of the flashbangs that were used last night. Crazy. It's getting hot.
Whoa! Shooting serious munitions at us. Whoa!
Munitions is so stupid.
Yep, I'm right behind you.
Munitions. God,
am I saying
people are
Minneapolis wrong? Because I'm from Colorado. So Drew keeps saying Minneapolis.
That's true. They are poorly trained, probably.
You know what? If I am saying it wrong, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change the way I speak for one person or even hundreds, thousands of people. This is civil unrest.
This is true, but there are certain ways to decrease the likelihood that they do these types of things. There are ways to disincentivize it massively.
Well, go on. What do you think would be the way to disincentivize?
Well, you can't even. Well, with the government in Minneapolis the way it is, it's not going to happen. They're incentivizing it. I mean, look at Detroit. Why is there no? Everybody thinks of Detroit as the city of the riots in 1968.
Yeah.
But during George Floyd and this, not a peep.
Yeah.
Nothing. Why? Because
there is a way to
disincentivize how to keep it down.
Objectively real reality, reading my mind, frequency weapons incoming. Also this, Matt, Trump put this out. If the corrupt politicians in Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their job.
This is it right here. The mayor of Detroit would not let these people in, period. They would not. The Minneapolis people are like, come on in.
Right.
We're looking
Trump's
the other way.
responding to this. Look, Trump is responding to this. He's going to institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before him, quickly put an end to the travesty that's taking place in the once great state. And things are escalating. ICE agents did shoot a Venezuelan suspect in Minneapolis after he assaulted the agent with a shovel, aka a deadly weapon. If you use a deadly weapon, you're going to get
shoot somebody if they come at with me with a shovel. No question.
Yeah, and just you need, if you are in a situation where you need to understand what the laws are, if you use a deadly weapon or if you are provably on your way to using a deadly weapon on someone in the United States, they can use deadly force in response. Police,
they have to be within 20 feet of you, but they can.
They're 21 feet for the knife, for the shovel, right? Yep. But this is a situation.
Right. If the gun's out, they can shoot. But if a gun's holstered, it still has to be 21 feet.
Now, a gun being holstered does not initiate a deadly threat.
Correct.
A gun being holstered does not initiate a deadly threat. All right.
No, within 21 feet, it does. To the cops. Police can pull their gun if they see a gun within 21 feet. Yes, they can. They can draw.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. You have a right if you're in a state with a constitutional carry.
I'm talking about if you're a potential perp. If they see somebody,
if they're already there to deal with you as a
if you see someone that's a little bit off or dangerous, they're going to draw if you have a gun on your hip.
If they're already en route to you as a suspect and you match the description, that's provable.
That's what I'm talking about.
But you have a right to hold a weapon in a holster. Like you're not a deadly threat if the weapon's
during the day like a normal person. Absolutely, everywhere. Correct.
So
I'm talking these protesters.
Yeah, the protesters though, the police are responding like a protester can be there protesting and have a holstered weapon for the most part, unless it's designated they're on a location that's not allowing it. But understanding these things is going to be pretty important if you are in a city center, especially.
Yes.
I have upgraded my preparedness levels, right? I've upgraded the sidearm, right? Went from 9 mil to 10 mil, upgraded some of the things. Whatever you do, don't protest the charts. Oh my God. I heard they shoot. See, the Karens in America, these unhinged white women shaving their heads, is going wild, right? And the media is taking what happened to that lady good, and they are trying to win on a cultural level with this. Now, law is going to supersede feelings in this, but the feelings, and that's the thing, is like our rights don't stop where their feelings begin. And America being driven by feelings is absolutely garbage. Let me read that. So if there's a suspect that has a firearm holstered, his hand may be on the gun, but it wouldn't be drawn. Let's hear. Yeah, so exactly. Mark is a cop and he knows these things. He stays at the ready, but you don't just draw on someone because they have a holstered weapon. No. And even a suspect, right? And they'll go in hot if there's like a deadly threat. If there's a call of imminent life danger, they'll go in hot as fuck, right? But if it's just responding to someone that's causing some non-deadly threat, reason, they're not going to just draw on you, and at least they shouldn't, right? Right to open carry. Let me know in the chat, do you live in a state with the right to open carry? Right? But right as I moved into Georgia, Kemp made it a constitutional carry state. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, snap. Bart is on. What's up, Ben? Conservatives haven't even gotten out of our chair yet.
Yep. That's a great comment. Sorry. I remember that one.
Well, and this country really forgets that, we see the Democrats and they're projecting that Republicans are bloodthirsty, right? Because Democrats are bloodthirsty. I'm a man without a hardcore political side right now because I will never culturally feel comfortable voting or working or helping Democrats at this point.
Is this true? Is this true right here?
Every state has open carry. So if you're in the city of Denver, I know that you're not allowed to.
In New York City, you're not even allowed to.
New York City, you're not even allowed to have fucking pepper spray.
Literally, yeah.
So Alabama, yes, open carry here in Wisconsin. And that's the thing, is like open carry is up for debate because most people don't have a level 2 holster. And there is a degree of surprise that I like having for if I'm, say, in a gas station and some asshole comes in with a gun pointing at a Habu, planning to gun him down. I don't want him to notice that I have, a bigger gun on me immediately. Right. This is crazy. Denmark. Did you see Denmark showed up to the White House yesterday?
Yes.
Look at this.
So
the foreign minister of Denmark and the minister of foreign affairs of Greenland had a cigarette immediately after the meeting with White House officials. It seems that there's a tangible interest in Greenland from the United States. A little bit stressed out, and you can see. I mean, she's like, oh, fuck. You can just see it in the face. Look at the eyes. It's all in the eyes, right?
Guys, people have to understand, in your state, it's not the same in every other state. Just so you know, the rules on concealed carry.
Yeah, it changes. It changes.
Very different by state.
I can't remember the app. I think it's UCCA or UCAA that I use, but it gives you the American map, and then you can click into each state and see their specific laws. Counties even can change, so you got to think about those things. Their nonverbal says it all. Absolutely. Their nonverbal says it all. Let's read this. Josh Salinas, Drew, you're wrong. I run into the open carry problem all the time here in Texas. I'm trained and licensed all the times. Open carry holster. I have problems now, so I conceal. Belief is my skin. Interesting. Okay. So are you being incarcerated for open carry? Right? That's the real question. Or are you just being talked to? Right. That can be debated till the cows come home, really. Also, this was crazy. So China is urging Canada to distance itself from the United States as Prime Minister Mark Carney arrives in Beijing. State media is calling on Ottawa to move away from the United States alliance and adopt what China described as a strategic autonomy. They are very much so fucking around with things they know not what they toil with. I got trolled. Sorry. Oh, okay. It's UCCA. For anyone that wants to get that app, it's UCCA. So I do believe that war with China is basically inevitable. Nature abhors a void of leadership. What we have on a world stage is China vying for its position as the world superpower, doing this through technological advancements, production of goods.
Theft. You mean theft.
Theft of those technological advancement ideas as well, but also the production of goods after they steal those ideas. And, you know, drone warfare, cyber attacks practice, that is something that China is pretty damn advanced in. But the United States, I don't think people understand how much money we have printed to make the overbearing military supremacy that we do have. Now, the idea that we can take on all of these countries, China, Russia, all of them at the same time is a fallacy, right? And that's some of what I feel like is going on with the Iran, you know, all the Iran worries that we were going to hit Iran last night. China doesn't have nearly as many aircraft carriers as the United States. Like our naval supremacy.
They have two?
Yeah, they have two. But they did position one of those aircraft carriers within reach of Iran, and we were on our way to Iran, and we still are en route to being in contact with Iran with that Navy. Open carry of the bazooka in Idaho while driving your fucking tank. Amen to that, Frigid.
Yes, and Frigid's got a duck. Frigid's got a duck.
Well, I think he should already have two.
Wait, Frigid's got his he's got two. He's still in the under $20 realm. Yep.
I'm missing a lot of good show. I mean, the chat's kind of going on fire. I'm watching a lot of different chats here. Let me know what chat I missed. If you got a good one, let me know. You know, it's kind of going nuts. Now that we're streaming everywhere, Matt.
Yep.
I have 4 computer screens, and these chats are a little bit at times they do get overwhelming, but I try to stay.
My arena account booted me off. I logged back in just now.
Oh, terrible. Very sad. I just would implore Canada to
just give us your country now.
And don't fuck around with this. There's a reason why we have Alaska. There's a reason why we want Greenland. There's a reason why we're locking up South America territorially right now. It is not because we have an outlook of peace. And I really, really feel like to ignore this as a strong probability over the next 10 years is a major fallacy for the men watching, the men of the households. If you are sitting here like a soft, squishy bastard for the next 10 years, expecting everything to just remain the same, and then your family is caught with pants down, should something like that occur, that responsibility is on your shoulders. So just take that into account. Tell Drew about your handicap. I mean, I know we both cannot pay attention for very long to one thing. What is your handicap?
Me?
Yeah, you. They're saying you have some handicap you're holding back from me.
I mean, I've had 7 spine surgeries.
Okay.
So
you fixed me. You know chiropractic a little bit.
I do. Yes.
You helped me out a lot when you came into town. Yeah, I read Twitter chat here. What's up,
what Steve, what the hell are you talking about my handicap? What are you talking about?
I think he's trying to get banned. He's a slut for being banned.
Oh, he wants that.
Yeah.
You are deported.
Jesus, man. Jesus.
What?
Now, Ethereum staking is hitting all-time highs, Matt. This is very, very good. And this is some of the knee-jerk reaction. Like, we keep thinking that, oh, we need regulatory clarity to have any chance of, you know, movement into crypto. Honestly, think about the teenager response to when you say to do something, they more often than not do the opposite, right? When we're told that we don't have the right to earn yield, that's going to drive interest into people searching out that yield. I think that it's kind of a backwards response that the markets are going to have from all this. Now, I talked about Starknet and Solana and their little spat yesterday. Starknet responded.
Really?
It says 8 users, yes, but they're all whales. And then they put Snapchat and snap pictures of all of their 8 whales and all that activity within it, right? Kind of boasting about their total market cap, all those things within it. But I have a nice video explanation of what this actually looks like of 8 Starknet whales versus 5 million Solana
10 King Kong versus 5 million gorillas.
Here we go. Who do you think, chat? Who do you think is going to win? Let me know
who will win.
Here's all the meme coin soldiers, destitute, fighting for their chance to rise once again.
I think
They're coming
the
after
guys
the
are going
whales.
to absolutely slaughter them. That's my guess. I haven't seen this. Who did this? Who did this?
Oh,
my
man.
Lord. Maybe
The buildup.
Like,
And look at how many of them are.
maybe
Look
they're
at
like
all
ants
those.
and they'll destroy them.
Yeah. Incredible. Let's see. Let's see who wins this.
Well, they're organized like ants.
All right. We got started. The whales are fighting. The whales are fighting. They're acting like they're cooler than Solana, okay? Because they're so big and bad. And you just got the power of the 8 or the 5 million gorillas. It's not looking good so far.
Well, the gorillas can't climb; they're dead. What's the point of they're not ants at all? They're dead ants.
So at this point, you're like, oh man, these whales got all the power, right? But each one of these ants, these gorillas,
Oh, they are climbing now. I see it.
yeah, they're
All right,
causing
they're dead.
damage to the feet, you know, and the psychological effect of the sea of them. That's got to take a toll.
Dude, they're
Right.
swatting at them like they're flies. What the hell is happening? So confused. Why are they doing that? Ugh!
Oh my god. We should do this with 4 million ditties too. That'd be a pretty brutal battle. A lot of dick in that one. All right, so we got one.
There's one.
We got one down.
Why they're wasting time going down his throat? I don't
They're
understand.
pretty big piles of dead Solana users here, so let's see.
I see Avex looking right there.
Yeah. There's like 30 AVAX holders that are in on the mix. Got little mountains. Oh yeah, and the amount of dead gorillas is giving them a higher vantage point to start going for the knees. You notice that? Oh, we got another one. We got another one and another one. One last. Can he hold back Solana? Will he dominate Solana? Let's see. Very sad. Dead whales.
Is dead.
He's fighting back his best, but he's surrounded. Look at the sea. It still remains. It's trying his best. No, he dies. Okay,
That's
so
That's easy.
I think this is important. I wanted to talk about this subject matter a little bit more concisely because there are smaller projects that will game their system with 8 or 10 or 15 whales that basically are just sending funds back and forth to each other, creating a vast amount of wallets, showing arbitrage network activity. If you're thinking long-term for any altcoin, you really, really need to be honest with yourself about how truly adopted the project or the ecosystem actually is, right? Just please do consider that. Now, I got a special guest I want to bring up on the show today. Didn't even warn you about it. I may have warned you, but we got the one and only Chris Klein. What is up, Chris? How are you doing, good sir?
Pretty good. Happy New Year. I know it's a couple weeks in, but it's my first time seeing you in 2026. How are things?
It's really good, Chris. And you know what? I rocked the Bitcoin IRA sweatshirt today at the gym with the outfit. Obviously, I rocked the half zip, right? The
swag that I don't have. What?
Yeah, we have swag that you don't have, Matt, and that's a big deal.
We got to get you some swag.
Thank you.
We got to give him some swag. But, you know, it's kind of perfect timing that I got to this gaming altcoins worry that I'm trying to tell people about. And there's a lot of people that are like, I'm going to be holding Polygon for the next 20 years and things of that nature. I know you've talked about this to a degree. But at Bitcoin IRA, you're able to get involved with, I think you have 80 different altcoins. Is it still about 80 altcoins in general that are involved with Bitcoin IRA?
Yeah, we're just about to 90, and our goal by the end of the first quarter is to be at 100. So we're adding new stuff regularly.
Okay. How is it more so that people are looking for the long term of Bitcoin when they're looking to, get involved and have Bitcoin as part of an IRA and that long term vision of it? Is it mostly Bitcoin? Or are you starting to see how many people actually believe in altcoins long term, essentially, is kind of what I'm curious from you here.
Well, you have your armies, you have your groups, just like the XRP army, for example, that held even through when the SEC shut them down for 2 or 3 years and you couldn't buy or sell it. I remember that was 2019, I think, when we got the notice that there basically any exchanges or OTCs wouldn't be offering liquidity or purchases on those. And people, it was crazy. I mean, at that time, we probably had $50-60 million worth of XRP, but 30,000 of it, or 30 million, sorry, stayed in, even though there was the writing on the wall that you might not be able to get out of this for a couple years. So you have those armies. I think every group has its community. There's a really strong Litecoin community. Overall, though, I'd say our book of 12 billion is about 60-65% Bitcoin, which kind of matches the market dominance factor for Bitcoin. And then you go down, Ethereum and Solana are and XRP are up there, always fighting for that second place position. But there's probably about 20 to 25% that are just strictly playing in the alt world. And then what we find usually is when they hit their target prices, they'll DCA out into gold. We have digital gold on there, or into Bitcoin for the longer term hold.
Gotcha. So when they get in with that altcoin, once they actually hit their price targets, they're able to do that swap within Bitcoin IRA, is what you're saying?
And yes, you can go in and you can swap directly. You can sell, wait in cash for a little bit, and then get back into another token or coin of your choice. But what's really nice about it, and why I love doing this in retirements, is that liquidation event. So if you bought Solana for 100 and sold it for 250, if you did that on Coinbase or any other exchange outside of an IRA setting, you're going to have to ante up the capital gains taxes for that, depending upon, it could be upwards of 37%, depending upon your tax bracket and whether you held it long term or short term. If you're inside an IRA, it doesn't matter if you held it for a day, 10 years, and you made millions of dollars that year. There's no tax implication of capital gains for those trades, which is critical when you start thinking about your purchasing power to get back into the next thing. If you sell off $100,000 of Solana and then want to put it back into Bitcoin, you're really going to probably eat somewhere between 15 to 25% of that proceeds. And that lowers your purchasing power into the Bitcoin space. I did this exercise last year with Kelly, where we showed that, we started with 7,500. He gave me his price targets on 3 tokens, and then we did liquidations into Bitcoin, and then an inevitable liquidation of the Bitcoin at his age of retirement. And his tax savings was upwards of almost $3 million by the end of it.
Yeah. I feel like people get scared of getting out of altcoins sometimes because of those tax implications. Yep. So you pay the tax on the way in to the Bitcoin IRA, right? You have to make that movement. And then when you're inside of it, you're basically inside of that kind of tax protected house, and you can do your swaps, get out of the altcoin, get into Bitcoin for the long term, and kind of have that protection. Because I think mentally, a lot of people avoid taking profits because of that just general fear of tax event, right?
Yeah. There's a fear of missing out, and then there's fear of taxing out.
Right. Absolutely. And people are running those numbers. They're worried about it. And I want to ask you also about one particular project. Is SWE available within Bitcoin IRA?
Yes, it is. I'm a holder of some of it as well. I had a lot more last year. I've switched out some of it to XRP, some Solana, because I wanted to take advantage of our new staking program. And actually, SWE, you can stake. I can't remember what the rate is. I think it's somewhere between 4 to 5% yield. And you get paid back in SWE, as I like to say it, because anything coming from the house is free SWE. But yes, that's available on the platform.
Well, you saw this news yesterday, right? This is from Vo, Matt. This is Vo is calling out SWE being down for several hours, saying that nobody noticed because nobody uses SWE.
Wow.
That was just shots fired. Our SWE and a lot of these different altcoins have definitely got beaten down. And
it was a rough year. Everybody thought alt season was coming. It didn't come. So if you were on the tail end or a newer project, it was hard to build your community and get that buzz around you. What really builds up armies is 2 things. Either they believe in the technology. So when I talk to people about why I love XRP, is I envision a day where instead of having to make my payroll to our 200 employees and pay some payroll company and they hold the money and they make the float on it, I can start paying my employees by the hour. They work 5 hours, they see it on the hourly basis land in their bank account. That's a big forward thinking approach to what it could do with digital banking. So there's the utility part that gets people excited, and then there's also the price that gets people excited, and people start joining into those spaces. You know, Litecoin, for example, had its epic run in 2018 from $5 or $6 up to almost 300, I think, or it might even been beyond that. And that's where a big piece of that community came from, was they got in and they watched that run, and now they're just kind of waiting. What's the meme that I see all the time with the stick figure that's poking something and it goes, do something, do something. And I think that's what a lot of the alts went through this past year was, Bitcoin had a rough first quarter, had a really nice all-time high moment, has fallen back since. I think that's a blessing to retail buyers. But the alts just never really had their day in the sun in 25. But I think that narrative is going to start to shift a little bit here in 26. As you see, for me, I'm watching macro news, so I didn't catch that Sui thing. But what's happening, and I'm sure you guys probably talked about this on today's show or an earlier show this week, what's happening with Bitcoin and Iran is really interesting to me, because it shows you just once again, like Turkey, like Venezuela, even before the Maduro kidnapping and the takeover of the oil by the U.S., these failed states with very shaky economies, people are running to not the US dollar. They're not running to gold and silver. They're running to Bitcoin when things get hairy with their currency. And I think it's a testament to what we're all here for and what we believe in is it's sound money. It's the people's money. I think it's the true democratization of finance. And if everybody in Iran or any of these dictator states is holding Bitcoin, that takes one layer of control out of the hands of whatever type of authoritarian government that's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that it's a concept that's kind of the starting point for Bitcoin that I use. And, I've talked to my daughter, even understands this. She's 9, the loss of her buying power over time. It's something that I think is very, very important. We're in this mode right now where, like, 2025, I had to leverage trade to have fun, right? I just understood that, even if alts never had any fun, I kind of just took the situation in my own hands. Now that we're seeing the market attempt to stop the bleed, are you seeing a resurgence of interest, or what kind of activity are you seeing of inflows, people wanting to lock up their Bitcoin in an IRA for the long term? Are people kind of getting scared, or what are you seeing at the door here from entrance and exits?
Yeah, when you get in these range bound places, what we see is our trading activity goes lower. We did about $500 million in transaction volume in Q4. Had the price done more things after October, it kind of what has been sitting this like 86, 88, maybe plays with us at 97. I see it on my clock right here, my block clock. It's nothing to get excited about or run to the screen and say, I need to do something with this. But the new entrance into the space and new money into the space is as strong as it ever. It maintained very strong at about $50 to $100 million a month coming into the ecosystem. We're very busy right now because this is a big deadline, is April 15th. It's not just tax day where we either get our refunds or we pay our taxes, but we also that's a deadline to do your annual contribution for 2025. And there's a lot of people that line up and they do their 2026 contribution on the first day they can do it, which is New Year's Day every year. And so there's a big influx of existing clients right now adding that $7,500 or $8,000 for the year because they want to make sure they maximize on their tax benefits from doing such. And to them, these are great prices to continue to DCA their way in to whatever project or coin they may be looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that we're in a tale of two cities right now. I understand the bear case. I'm leaning bullish for this year. And I've been acting accordingly, kind of using the tether from last year I gathered up to buy this recent dip. I am kind of hopeful that we get back into 80K right now, honestly. But the larger time frame is like
True.
It's really not
happy.
worrisome.
Never happy, Drew.
I know. I'm a greedy entry point person.
I know. Well, I've not shorted any of my favorite assets in years. And yesterday I made a decision because I'm a crypto guy and I understand what goes up comes down, right? These things occur. And so I did some silver index, the ProShares silver inverse ETF yesterday, a couple $1,000 in that. And just, it's had a great run. I know there's supply shortages and I know that narrative's out there. But I see it maybe touching 100, but then doing what does Bitcoin do when we hit those resistance levels, right? Like, and those there's a pullback off of that. So I've never bet down on any asset I love, but I actually did it. So I feel like I'm sleeping with one eye open, hoping the silver bugs don't come haunt me down like those gorillas in that video.
You're talking about metals. You're talking my language here. All right, let's talk about.
Wait, I just want to show you. AI tried to do Bitcoin behind me. That's what it came up with.
That's terrible. We need to ban AI right now.
That looks like a dollar sign.
It's a dollar and a B. At least
Yeah.
it made them orange.
Well, something interesting on the metals, gold and silver in their recent run. It's been quite awe-inspiring. For anyone new, or if you're coming to the channel from Discover Crypto, I wanted to bring this up on the morning show, but DZ was, he was wrapped up in his options, so I didn't want to sidetrack him here. But the last time gold did something like this, it was a reaction to stagflation. Now, we're not at the point in the U.S. economy in this zone where we've admitted we're in stagflation, right? I think there's time. Give it time for them to finally admit the fact that the market is seized up. But gold did a very, very similar move to what we're seeing right now when stagflation was finally admitted, and then proceeded to do a 20-year bear market. 20 years of sideways and down price action until finally in 2004, the spot ETFs were released, but the structure remains the same. You have the basic cup and handle. You were asking earlier, Matt, about what a truer cup and handle looks like. This is what a true cup and handle looks like. Okay. It's the same structure that was a buildup before the country admitted the markets had seized up in about 74, 75, where you're developing the cup, a handle here, and then zoom to the upside. I would raise caution about top blasting this asset. Me personally, I'm not a top blasting individual. I'm a bottom blaster. Okay. I bottom blast only. So I understand it's exciting. It's awe-inspiring. I get it. Just please, for the love of God, be careful. It's always a thing where, people will come to me after they top blast some chart and like, you talked about this chart so long ago, and I just decided to buy it last week, and now I'm down 20%. You suck, Drew. It's like none of this. And I'm talking publicly about trading the most volatile asset class on the planet with leverage, right? So I'm taking a risk talking about what I'm doing, right?
And one thing I love about you, Drew, is that you don't just make shit up. Like you've shown me the trades that you do. You've shown me like you're not just talking. I mean, the bottom blasting, that's got a double entendre for sure. But that's one thing I love about everybody at the Discover group. And by the way, I just wanted to let you guys know it.
He did not even know. He didn't even realize it. The chat knew it.
Afterwards, I figured it out. But go on, Chris. Go on.
Good. No, I just wanted to remind everybody. So you have until the tax deadline. We still have for the Discover family up to $1,000 in rewards. And since the swag was mentioned, we're still giving out fresh swag for every new account that gets opened.
Ducks?
Matt has an idea, a pretty good idea. Tell him your idea,
on
Matt.
Friday afternoons, we race ducks with the community for who gets rewards. We'd love to give away your what you're offering in our duck racing.
Could we make that happen? Because we could make a duck race. The winner,
that sounds
usually we
perfect.
give away crypto.
Yeah.
But
we'd love to give away swag or any other thing that you have to offer.
Yeah. Look at this thing. I got the poll.
Yeah, let's do it
now.
Let's
Dude, if that's
I've recently,
I'm buying ducks.
Yeah,
I'm going to buy ducks if I get one of those.
Let's do it, man.
Right,
so
okay, absolutely. Just let me know.
Email.
I'm on the Discover show on Friday.
Are you? Okay.
I used the wrong email.
I used the wrong email.
So
last time.
is the duck races on that show, or is the duck races on this show?
Right, so it's on this show. So
okay,
we'll just get it organized with you, and we'll get it involved, because racing ducks, as chaotic as it may be, it's a lot of fun. We give away like a couple $100 a week. We actually are live streaming on a place called the Arena right now as well, where people are tipping. Nice. And speaking of which, I gotta give a shout out. People are tipping us crypto in that chat. Gotta go up here to find it. Now, there's a lot of chats. Thank you, Dirk, for tipping us the AVAX.
Thank you.
Dirk. It's kind of a new social fi thing. And thank you, Alden, for gifting a blockchain membership. Matt, write him down.
I got it.
He's on the way to a duck here.
So, guys, not just money. You could win something from the Bitcoin IRA, which sounds a lot cooler than what we're giving away.
Yeah, I mean, we're giving away crypto, and we're giving away crypto when we're at a relative bottom, in my opinion, which is pretty nice. But this is a place where in the charts, you really have to examine if you have a long-term vision. I really feel like Bitcoin IRA is a good spot to have a diversified entry into for that tax advantage. You're paying taxes going into it when it looks like structurally the market is at or at least near a bottoming out, right? So you're paying taxes as you're bottoming out, put it into a tax protected environment, ride it out for 10, 20 years on Bitcoin. Then you don't have to pay taxes when you're finally reaping those rewards. That's the exciting part about
all the
timing.
benefit, no tax.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Especially with the Roth. And also, for folks, you've got some experts in crypto in front of you, and that's why I love this channel. I listen to the show as often as I can. My dog decided to join me. You can't see him in the angle, but he just sat on my laptop. That was really nice of him. Thanks, Whiskey Boy. But you can talk to real retirement experts with us. So we're not just kind of a platform that you just go on and talk to bots or those things. You can call our number 877-936-7175. We've got folks that have been opening up tens of thousands of retirements, and because not all retirement planning is equal. It's not all equal. Some people are, especially if you're an influencer or you own a small business, you could do a SEP, which gives you more contribution. You got Roth versus traditional, and what are you eligible for? What makes the most sense? You've got simples. 877-936-7175. And I think if you scroll up just a little bit on the window there, you'll see it. It's probably in the top right corner.
Well, what I can do is I'll take this off and then you can see it here. So, 877-936-7175. I do appreciate that there's an actual human on the phone. In this world of AI and automation, it's nice to actually talk to a person about the different structures that are in. And if you go to the website, I put it in the chat. It's bitcoinira.com. Scroll down, you can get some of the more information. Obviously they have testimonials and things, but this is the main thing that I really want people to understand is you can leverage the tax advantage of an IRA and really maximize that growth in it. That's really what I want people to understand. And the Roth IRA is a great option if you are eligible for it. You won't owe any taxes ever, right? And I'm, obviously I don't want to get too deep and get you in political trouble here, Chris, but seeing the amount of fraud going on in Somalia, aka Minnesota, it's really got people thinking about, how much money does Uncle Sam deserve of our money? Right.
My favorite meme is the guy from Captain Phillips. I am the captain now, and he's sitting there sad in the picture, and it goes, "When you realize you've been busting your ass, robbing as like a pirate ship, and one of your friends moved to Minnesota and made millions opening a fake daycare." It's not just there. I mean, we went through the beginning of the year with Doge and Elon and the team really uncovering a lot of those things. And now, unfortunately, we're sitting in this place where we're going to pass a $1.5 trillion defense spending bill. And we're kind of picking fights around the world, for good reasons and bad reasons. That's up to you to decide. And, every time one of those that we move the fleet to the Persian Gulf, that's easily $1 billion right there. Every cruise missile, I think, is $1.5 million or $5 million. And that's our money at work, I guess, spreading democracy. That's one way to look at it. I've always been a pro-defense kind of guy. I'm a law and order kind of guy. But also, when you see this just blatant fraud, I do love that it took Tim Walz out of the race, because I think sometimes some of these governors are more dangerous and more harmful to the American people.
He needs to be arrested. He needs to be put in jail, period.
Yeah. I got some good questions. So,
you got some good questions for you.
Shiba Mac, I met him actually at Bitcoin Vegas, I believe. How do you compare Bitcoin IRA against iTrust? And what makes Bitcoin IRA different from iTrust? If you can address that.
Absolutely. So we were the world's first back in 2016. We launched Bitcoin IRA. Our first client was actually the former director of the U.S. Mint. And then I think they launched somewhere around 2020. So we've got about a half a decade of more experience on our belts than they do. I think it really comes down to personal attention and security. So you get a dedicated vice president of retirement assigned to your account. They'll do an online web conference with you just like this. You'll get to know them. They'll call you on your birthday. They'll call you on your anniversary of your account. They check in regularly with you. We've got great referral programs, obviously reward programs, those things. And then our security is second to none. We have an exclusive partnership with BitGo, which back 10 years ago was the market leader and still is today, with multi-signature cold storage setups. Your crypto never touches an exchange, never moves around, can't be leveraged by us. A lot of these groups that have lower costs or fee structures than we do, they are basically putting your money to work without your knowledge. And you're behind $250 million of crypto insurance in those wallets. We take it very seriously to where we're doing video verification calls if you ever need to move money out or take distribution. It's in our blood. You know, we actually dedicate 30% of our quarterly roadmap on our technology just to being aware of the next threat, as Drew talked about, AI, deep fakes, all these types of things that are happening. So we are heavily invested in keeping your nest egg safe. Our mission is to help more Americans retire. And then this year, which I'll just put a couple of teases out on some new stuff. We've got a yield program in the works for Bitcoin.
Really?
That's way different than what was out there back in the lending space.
Oh, wow.
So I'll have some details about that. We got some really cool bundle products that we're putting together that include other alternatives. We're trying to tokenize stocks so that you can trade in between the two and right in the same platform and those things. And we are really good. What we've done over the years, I just was on the phone with two of our first 100 clients. They started with like $30,000, $40,000, and I still know them. I know everything about them. They have my cell phone number. That's the personal touch difference. But they're up to a couple $1 million each now off that $30,000, $40,000 investment. And they're asking, okay, what can I do next? Well, inside the same platform, you have real estate options, tokenized asset options, gold, silver, oil, land, and these are all the next evolution of an alternative in retirement, and we're really leading the way on that space. So I think that's what makes us really different.
That is incredible, man. I love hearing that you're rolling that out. And I just have, because our chat is degenerate, right? I have a degen chat. We trade. I think, let me see here.
Well, this one's great right here. Hold on.
I want to find
Sold,
this question.
and then he's like, sorry, don't mind my name, sir.
The flying retardican, right? I think it's something about, someone was asking about, yeah, here it is. Does Bitcoin IRA have stop losses and limit orders within those accounts? Can you kind of explain how that would work?
Yep. So it's just like if you're at Coinbase or somewhere else, you go into the trader, you can do a market order, buy or sell right at the moment in time, or you can set up your stop losses or your stop losses or your limit orders, and they're there. And it's really cool. We actually launched a revamp of it in the second quarter last year, and you can sign up if you go to bitcoinira.com. I think it's /discover. Then it'll be tracked that you came from the Discover family, so you get the rewards, you get the free swag.
I better use that link. God, I've been using the regular one this whole time. Unbelievable. Hold on.
No, that's okay. Yeah, /discover helps make sure that, and if you when you talk to your VP of retirement, make sure you mention that Discover sent you. Saw Chris on the basement, because then that way we get you in for the special rewards for the Discover family. But let me circle back. The question was, so if you go and create an account, a free account right now, you don't even have to fund it yet, but you can go and look at the trader and play around. You can't actually make trades, but you can see how our stop losses and limit orders, all that stuff. We give you full access to the educational materials, what it looks like. And then it's very easy. Once you open, you can actually contribute in a matter of days. You would link your bank account, you move the funds over, get that contribution in before that deadline, because the government doesn't give us much. They take and take and take. IRAs are the one thing in the 70s, and then the Roth IRA in the 1994 during the Clinton era was when the Roth came out. These are gifts from the government, and you should take advantage of them to maximize your generational wealth development. There's nothing worse than being right on the coin that you love, whether it's Solana, AVAX, whatever it might be, and then having to pay the government 37% because you were the one that was smart enough to do
California or New York.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh my God. I just moved from California last year to Scottsdale. I live in Scottsdale now, and I love it. The people are great. Oh, I love it out here. People are great. The taxes are great. The schools, I have a 12-year-old daughter. The schools are great. And one thing I was going to mention to you, Drew, now that your daughter's getting a little older, put her on the payroll, put her to work. Not only is it good for her, but if you pay her, you can pay your child up to $16,000 tax-free. So that's the max that they can get, and then they won't. So if you're paying from like your company, I don't know how you set up your structure. Have an LLC or S corp, pay your child, make sure they're doing work. But I pay my daughter $16,000 a year. She takes and puts $7,500 in a Roth IRA. She's done that for years, and then she takes the rest, and that's her job with her. She has to pay her share of her private school education. It makes it nice, because then when she doesn't want to go to school for the day or something, I go, hey, it's your money. You're wasting it.
That's funny. Oh my God. Yeah, but her current duties are like, she helps me with the baby twins.
Well, that's
picks up dog poop, helps me with the dishes.
Very expensive.
Takes care of the chickens, you know. So
I've had Izzy on a couple of podcasts with me. She actually came with me on my media tour in New York in October, and she got to see the stock exchange and sit in the booth right there. And she's done a lot. So, you know, they're getting to that age where they're interested in what we do. I highly encourage just dad to dad, like engage them. It's this generation is way smarter than they come across. Just like,
Absolutely.
I mean, we were the thumbs generation, right? With Nintendo and those things. They're a whole nother level. So engage as you can, and make sure that you compensate her have her get paid, because you're saving on the taxes, and she's being able to build wealth tax free as well. And
I'm
put
giving her
a
my Bitcoin anyways. I may as well, you know what I mean? And it's like last night. It's actually funny you bring this up, because I started the show explaining. I taught her the first step of what seed phrases are, cold storage. I gave her own Arculus card, and I sat next to my wife. My wife's like, "What are you doing? Why are you explaining block sizes and seed phrases and transactional hashes to a 9-year-old, Drew? What is your problem?" But she's smart, and so I just I'm getting her started early.
I don't know what those words are for the most part. And so,
I had these 4 commemorative coins my dad got me. It was a Bitcoin, an Ethereum, an XRP, and a Litecoin. And when Izzy was 4, I taught her one-word associations. Bitcoin is money, Ethereum is contracts, XRP is banks, and her favorite Litecoin is shopping. And so there's actually a video somewhere. I'll have to find it and share. I'll put it on Twitter, and I'll tag you, of her doing it for my marketing team. And it was like a campaign of, are you as smart as a 4-year-old when it comes to crypto?
That is absolutely awesome. I got a question from the arena that we should roll out, Matt.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Elise Woods from the arena. I just put this question in for her. If I have an IRA with my financial advisor, can that be transferred to a Bitcoin IRA in that structure?
Yeah, you have 3 ways you can fund an account once you open it. The contribution is what I was talking about, where you can put your annual contribution of $7,500, $8,000, and you should do that no matter what. But also, if you have an existing IRA at Charles Schwab, Fidelity, wherever it might be, you can take all or a portion of that and do an IRA to IRA transfer. And our team will walk you through the document that does that, moves the funds, and there's no taxable event. It's like moving your money from your left-hand pocket to your right-hand pocket. There's also a third way, which is known as a rollover. We were talking about this last year. There's $2.6 trillion left behind in old 401ks, 403bs, 457s, pension plans, TSPs. Once you leave the job that you're at, or you reach a certain age, you are eligible to move those funds to wherever you like in a rollover sense. So be sure, there's actually a beagle.com. You can go to that website, put in some personal information, and it will, like a dog, will hunt down any 401k monies that might be in your name that you forgot about from, maybe a job 5 years ago that you didn't realize you had $2,000 or $3,000 sitting in a 401k with them.
God dang, man. We found some cool nuggets of information here. Well, again, if you guys, I see Alden's going to get his brother in on it too. He's wanting to go in on it. We answered, I think, a lot of kind of pressing questions on the show, which is important. Again, just for anyone that's interested, call a human, 877-936.
Oh, you're showing me a bad page. How you going to do that to me? You're doing me dirty right now, which I need to know that URL. That's not supposed to be like that.
That was the Discover one, so I looked it up. So
okay, let me check that link, but just make sure you're from not a problem. Not a problem.
For sure, because I was curious about you on the Discover thing, but it's 877-936-7175. My job is just to push the buck forward and give people havens of tax, right? You can take advantage of all the tax advantages. And I like being able to talk to a human on the other side of the phone because we have all these nuanced questions when it comes to looking at what to do with our IRAs, right? Many, many people have these things. They're just not putting them to work the right way.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, man.
Okay. I don't normally raise my hand, but one is the Bitcoin in an egg on purpose because it's like your nest egg. Is that the purpose behind your head?
Yeah, this is your Bitcoin nest egg.
Got it. All right. Number 2. Do I get bonus points for that? Okay. Number 2.
You get an extra piece of swag for that, buddy. I'm going to give you an extra piece of swag.
Don't get him going. Look, he's already wearing a bluey shirt. I mean, you're going to get
That's why I want Bitcoin IRA swag, dude. That'll become my go-to.
Okay.
And then I want to know if Litecoin is something you can buy within the IRA, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you see Litecoin having a run in it coming up? Because I kind of do. And do you ever see it being silver to the Bitcoin gold?
That was early on when we first launched. So we put Litecoin in. So we started with Bitcoin because it was the only one around in 2016. We launched Ethereum when it was at $40. Our first Bitcoin buyer, by the way, was 175. Just to kind of give a timetable there.
Goodness gracious.
And then we launched LTC, XRP, and supported the Bitcoin Cash fork in late 2017. And I've spoken at their conference, the Litecoin Summit, 3 times now. I think they are the coolest community ever. I think they are just the nicest people. They are. I remember that whole run of like, I don't remember if it was XRP versus LTC or Solana, like that Twitter battle that was happening between Litecoin and others. That's not normally their style. I think that might have been a rogue social media person. But their style is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I do see there's a need for a kind of mercantilist, I think that's the word, cryptocurrency that's used, and they're constantly adding on, not so much US wise, but internationally. You see a lot more LTC payments available just next to the PayPal, the Visa, those things. And I know that they had a real good chance, and it might come back right before COVID in 2020 when everything shut down. They were right at the closing table of a deal with Ticketmaster and a couple of those other groups where you could buy concert tickets and event tickets with Litecoin. And that may be resurging. So I'm optimistic. I hold some of it myself in my IRA. So,
and there's a privacy component to Litecoin too. I just learned.
Yes, yes.
Privacy, that seems like the perfect storm.
I think so, because that's what a lot of popularity around Zcash was when it had its run, and so there's none of them are living in a vacuum or a non-competitive state anymore. Just like for Ethereum, there's Solana. There's everybody's kind of got a competitor in their ecosystem now, and it comes down to developers, community engagement, and like you guys were talking about, not being one of those projects where 8 whales are just bouncing money around each other, but there's true engagement happening on the network.
Right. Absolutely. And I covered this on a Discover Crypto video upload last night. Me personally, I'm risking it for the biscuit. The signals are showing me a bottom. I'm buying. I bought at 80. Bought some more last night. Gave my daughter that. I'm in it. You can't get lucky if you ain't at the fair, right? And for the people that are looking for $30,000 Bitcoin, I hope you have Tether set aside for that potential, instead of just sitting there.
And you're very patient. I hope you're very patient.
Very patient. And maybe I honestly don't think it's coming. So, Matt, I was very glad to have you on the show today. Chris, I think we answered a lot of pretty important questions. The main questions I got to deal with next is the swag thing and how we're going to handle the Friday races.
Yeah, let me know. Just hit me up on X, like you did this message this morning. And I'm excited. I'm going to tune in. So I'll be on the Discover show, and then I'll tune in. And I'll have my studio set up. So if you want me to stop by, and
why don't we bring him back for the duck races?
Yeah. I'll come by just for the duck races tomorrow, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm excited. At the Renaissance Fair, they have turtle races where they put a bunch of turtles and they lift it up, and all the turtles are in the center, and you bet on your turtle, and the first turtle to get to the end. And it becomes a bunch of degenerate gamblers standing around this place at the Renaissance Fair. It's hilarious. I love it.
Shots fired. I mean, that's us. That is us. Well, Chris,
great. I'll see you guys all tomorrow then. I look forward to it.
Yes. Come on, man. We're going to race ducks. We're going to give some crypto away, maybe some swag.
Let's do it.
If you guys want a duck tomorrow, remember, donate now.
Oh, yeah. We're closing that window. So shout out to everyone that's watching. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, X, Arena, wherever you're listening to the show. Give it a repost. Get the message out there. And again, if you want to get involved with Bitcoin IRA, 877-936-7175. Well, it's an absolutely incredible show. Boys, I think we're going to be doing pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see the weekend price action, but the arena is absolutely going insane. Thank you, Calatry, for tipping. Yeah, Calatry's tipping out there.
They all want us to have turtle races now. Dang it. You don't know what you just created. No, it's good. It might be a good idea.
All right, Calatry.
Well, it's a slower race because sometimes the turtles just sit there and don't do anything. So
sometimes, man. Sometimes.
Somebody, I think one of them gets pumped steroids. I think it's a fixed game like the NBA, honestly.
Sometimes.
Oh, and by the way, I gotta say, go my Broncos. I think Saturday is the day that I was born and raised in Denver. Maybe we will no longer be the underdogs.
I want you guys to win.
Wait a minute. Okay, I don't watch foosball. What's happening?
What's the team you're playing against?
I like the Broncos. What's going on? What's going on with the Broncos?
They got the #1 seed, but they're playing probably the worst team they could have got matched up against, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, because they've won 12 games in a row or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on fire right now. But There's no joke about the mile high altitude. I was back there. I went to a memorial service for my
Oh,
high
yeah.
school principal and mentor, and I forgot about it. I hadn't been there in a while. And one drink is like 2 drinks there. You got to be really careful with that altitude. And there's
But
no
I
joke.
came to lower altitude and I can drink a handle, no problem now down here. I mean, it's like
As long as
Well,
it's
no,
good
it's
whiskey.
why
guys. As long as
Denver
it's
cares
good
about home
whiskey.
field advantage so much.
I don't
exactly.
know if I drink good whiskey. I like Jack Tennessee Fire. I like
I'm a
Jack
Jameson guy.
Tennessee.
I'm a Jameson guy
Okay.
myself.
There you go. There you go. All right,
Well,
man.
awesome. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow for the epic races. I can't wait for this. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you
Absolutely,
so
man.
much.
We'll make it happen. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for that. And really, we're at a time frame where, you know, I understand that there's a lot of uncertainty. I am out here risking it for the biscuit, telling you what I think is going to happen in the most volatile asset class on the planet. You can take this information or leave it. What I'm doing is a public display of absolute aggression on the charts. And I hope that you are locked in for this year, because I think that there's going to be some absolute fireworks. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, and I will see you on the next one. Until next time, just remember that you are and always
You are banned!